Alrighty, Void. One of the reasons that I took so long before getting back to you is it took me a long time to watch through this. Angry Video Game Nerd, his big FG of Blu-rays. So, this collection was originally 8 discs, but there was a couple slots in here for more, and he has since released a 9th disc, which I do have. So, this contains the first 187 episodes of the Angry Video Game Nerd. And that took a long time to watch through. So, a lot of these discs were several hours long, and yeah, it took a while to get through. Now, I've already seen the entirety of the Angry Video Game Nerd's filmography, and I'm still watching his stuff as he puts it out. But since this is all that exists physically, this is all I'm going to talk about for right now. And I will say, I'm a big fan of James Rolfe's work. Then both this and his Board James project, I like. His nerd character is one of the ones that when I first started watching internet reviewers, he was the second one I started watching after the Nostalgia Critic. So, his show still is very funny and still gets me, and it could be because I grew up around the same time James did, so a lot of the old games that he's playing, I had similar experiences when I was a kid. Okay, for those of you who don't know the Angry Video Game Nerd, he's, well, what it says on the tin. He plays old video games that you may have nostalgia goggles for being great, but actually don't hold up very well or have very frustrating moments, and he drinks and cusses them out. It's pretty much him just going off on these over-the-top rants about these old-school games. And as the series goes along, he gets more and more out there with adding special effects of some of the games coming alive to attack him, or having mascots of the games playing the games alongside him before he inevitably ends up getting into a fist fight with them. Things like that. Mike Matei usually plays most of these secondary characters, though later on he gets a lot of celebrity guests, including Lloyd Kaufman, Macaulay Culkin, and I think that's the main ones that appear on this disc. Or on this collection, rather. But, yeah, he's definitely, he's got a lot of staying power. He's been doing this since, sheesh, I don't remember exactly when the first episode aired, but he's been doing this many years now. More than a decade worth that he's been going on here. Okay, so I do find this stuff very funny, don't get me wrong. Though I will say, sometimes the amount of scatological humor does get a little old, going over and over again, and with the numerous shit jokes that come up. And some of the effects of it's like, yeah, okay, fine, move it along. That said, a lot of his stuff, he obviously puts a lot of effort into the effects that he does do, and the editing that ties them all together is really, a lot of his stuff is really cool. And a lot of his humor, I like. And it's just sometimes it can be a little bit, okay, enough with the shit. We get it. But his verbal tirades are usually quite hilarious, and just some of the things that his reactions to some of the games. James has a very expressive face, and it works very well for this. Though I think I was driving my partner mad with his theme being played so repeatedly that I think I got her a little. But I do enjoy his stuff. I wouldn't call it high art, but yeah, he's definitely better than my show by a long shot. So I'm not gonna throw any shade at him. I love his work, and I mean, I picked up this collection and it was not cheap. But yeah, he's very funny, very talented, but sometimes can be a little much on some of the way some of the jokes land, but never to like an overly offensive point. I've never had overall an issue with any of his work. So I do really like him. Overall, I would say some of the stuff is kind of highs and lows. I'd give it a good 7 MacGuffins for overall quality for the series. I mean, I was able to just binge 187 episodes just fine. So, and that could just be because I have personal nostalgia for a lot of the same games he's talking about. As he moves into more modern ones, maybe not as much, but a lot of the classic ones, like, I was there for a lot of that. So, if you haven't checked out Angry Video Game Nerd, you can find him on YouTube or Cinemassacre. A lot of his stuff is available there, so you don't actually have to buy a big fucking thing of Blu-rays. But I wanted to support him, so I did buy the big fucking thing of Blu-rays. Alright, so that's my review for the Angry Video Game Nerd. I also did pick up Board James and picked up his movie, so I will be reviewing those at some point. I have not actually seen the movie yet, so I'm looking forward to it, though. Alright, Angry Video Game Nerd, salute to you. See you later, Void.